Well, Thomas Warrick is the former Deputy Assistant Secretary at the US Department of Homeland Security. He's also a senior fellow at the Atlantic Council. And Thomas joins us live now from Washington, D.C. Thomas, good to see you on TRT World. There are reports that worse is to come. What are you hearing?
Well, so the number of documents that have been revealed has not actually been fully disclosed. And it appears that somebody apparently smuggled out hard copy paper documents, folded them up, and then went somewhere and took pictures of them. And then posted these online in a scattered variety of places over the internet. And so this is why it's going to take a while before the Federal Bureau of Investigation here in Washington gets to the bottom of who leaked these and then is able to arrest the person or people responsible. And in the meantime, the United States now needs to do damage control and try to shore up relations with its allies and prove that once again it can be trusted with some of the world's most sensitive secrets.
And Thomas, you talk of allies. How damaging is this, not just for the United States, but for your country's allies?
Um, I think there is a little bit of embarrassment that will be suffered in a few individual cases. In other cases, the blowback will be coming from a different direction. For example, tonight, Washington is studying the revelation that Egypt was thinking about trying to sell military hardware to Russia. Egypt is a major security partner of the United States, and this already has members of Congress demanding an investigation as to whether this actually happened, or as official Washington is suggesting, the revelations to U.S. policymakers caused them to do something that got Egypt not to sell those weapons. So what we're seeing is really just a snapshot, as you just said. These are documents that were intended to brief senior leaders. These actually were not the decisions that those senior leaders took after they read those documents. That would be an even graver breach, but that appears not to have happened this time.
Is part of the problem here just the sheer number of people who have access to US top secret material?
Well, and a lot of the mechanisms that were put in place to safeguard documents themselves create problems. So, for example, many of these reports are distributed only in hard copy. You can't simply go to your computer if you're a government official and pull up all of these documents. That's restricted to a small number of individuals. So somebody printed them out, intending the documents to be read by their bosses. And then after the boss said, "Thank you very much. Now I'm glad to know this information," they were given over to somebody to be destroyed. Apparently they weren't. So the mechanism for how the U.S. government handles this kind of classified information is clearly going to be part of the damage review that U.S. authorities will be undertaking immediately.
I'm sure more to come on this. Thomas Warrick
Yep.
from the Atlantic Council, live for us in Washington, D.C. Thanks for your time.